Hey guys, I wanted to record a short video touching on what type of ad creatives tend to work for B2B SaaS brands. More recently, I've been seeing some pretty uninspired ad creative examples across Google and especially LinkedIn. Brands using stock imagery, something spun up pretty quickly using AI, and pretty bad offender is just in platform shots that don't tend to resonate, especially for potential customers. In platform shots and kind of showing how your software works, it's something that kind of lends itself a lot more to video instead of actually just screen grabs that, it's actually hard to get a grasp of what your software does and what it's going to be like using it day to day. But starting off with who am I? My name's Paul Roonii. I'm the co-founder of Roonii. We're an ads agency exclusively for B2B SaaS brands. Personally, I've been managing ads for over 7 years now. And that's kind of given me a lot of time to work with Google Ads and LinkedIn ads and get an idea of what ad creatives work and which don't. I've put together some examples here that I think you can kind of replicate for your own brand. And yeah, but let's kind of jump into the examples. The first three ad creative teams that I'll start off with are before and after, social proof, and case study. You can see here before and after. This ad example is from Monday.com, and especially kind of the rolling. I know it's kind of paused now, but the rolling effect, it definitely portrays a good idea of the complexity and the issues that you're facing with your project management, currently, and then just a much more simplified version once you sign up for Monday.com. The next is social proof. This can be done in multiple ways. Some cases it's showing off maybe your G2 or Trustpilot banners. In other cases, what we've done for our own client, ScoreBuddy, is promoting one of their more well-known clients, Intercom. So you can see here, 27,000 plus businesses trust Intercom. Intercom trusts ScoreBuddy. So just kind of leaning into whatever noteworthy, well-known clients that you have. It's really effective. But if you don't have any, I suppose, big names, currently trying to portray maybe your G2 reviews, customer quotes, things like that, they always work. Just quickly, if you're struggling with your own brand's ad creative or campaign performance, you can find our Calendly in the description below, and you can book in a 15-minute call. But back into the video. The third ad creative team that we tend to lean into is the case study. This is particularly effective if maybe somebody's visited your website recently or engaged with your LinkedIn page. You're going after a bit of a softer sell here. Instead of pushing directly for the free trial sign up or the demo booking. You're just showcasing how you took one of your clients from point A, horror show, to point B, positive outcome. For any potential clients, it's just a much more easy to digest and realistic way of showcasing what it'll be like if they work with your SaaS brand. So we tend to see this work really well, particularly from a remarketing point of view. If somebody's already maybe taken a look at your website or your LinkedIn page, and then kind of following this up just to nurture the potential lead. Next example is from Hootsuite. This is tackling the team of product capabilities, just detailing to the customer what is the outcome of using your software, pretty much trying to answer the question, why do I want this software for my own business? And I think the combination of the text, respond on social twice as fast with Hootsuite, combined with the red kind of punchy color, it's just a really effective ad creative, especially for top of funnel. It just catches the eye, and there's nothing kind of to analyze with the ad copy. It's straight to the punch, or straight to the point. And if you're a company, you'll be able to respond faster to your customers on social, and kind of a good reason to use Hootsuite. The next team is question. So again, this would be better targeted for upper funnel, particularly on LinkedIn with mobile audiences. If you kind of want them to stop scrolling, past your ads, Asking a question is just a great way of actually getting them to read the text, and it almost drives curiosity and intrigue and can probably persuade them to click on your ad banner. The last ad creative team is incentivized demo or sign up. This is offering a free reward once you sign up for the platform. The example here from Adzuma, they offer a $500 match credit if you spend $500 on Microsoft ads using their platform. This is a particularly effective strategy and ad creative team if you're confident in your customer lifetime value and knowing that once people actually start using your software, that they like it and they tend to use it for a longer period of time. So those would be the 6 ad creative teams we see work really well for our own B2B SaaS clients. Moving on then to how we find new ad creative and I suppose kind of inspiration for coming up with new designs. What we use at Roonii is the Google Ads Transparency Center as well as the LinkedIn Ads Library. So this is just a good opportunity to kind of spy on your competitors and see maybe what they're running, if there is anything worth replicating. We do also kind of have our own compiled list of companies that tend to produce really strong creative, which we try then to kind of produce for our own clients. Some of their favorite companies for inspiration are Smart Leads, Apollo, Monday.com, ClickUp, and ListKit. ListKit is especially it's an especially good source if you're looking to run YouTube ads. They've got a really strong presence there and kind of pretty creative ads that they kind of come up with. Just to conclude things here, ad creative, it shouldn't be something that's just rushed for the sake of getting campaigns live. Businesses can spend a lot of time focusing maybe on their targeting, building out their audiences, and then just push some, stock imagery or something that's just very generic, and you could have the absolute best targeting in the world. You can have your ICP nailed down with your LinkedIn audiences, for example. But if you're pushing just boring, generic, or uninspired ad creative, it just kind of reflects your own brand, and it doesn't really give your customer any reason to actually click and engage with your software. There's just a plethora of ad libraries, brands you can replicate, or even just tools to spy on your competitor, where you can actually find some strong ad creative teams. And I think one of the most important things is that not to, especially with the text, not to get too kind of complicated. Usually kind of direct, forward, clear messaging works best. And if you try and get maybe too kind of cute with it, it usually just has the effect of getting ignored and doesn't actually drive much engagement. But I really appreciate you taking the time to watch the video. I'll leave a link to the resource in the description below. But yeah, thanks again and have a nice day.